Aloha and welcome to Wisdom Dialogues with Hope Johnson. Yay! I'm coming to you from Hawaiian beaches on the beautiful big island of Hawaii. Hooray, welcome. Aloha, Lori. So as always, if you have questions or you would like to say something to me, you could raise your hand, or you can write something to me. Either way. Aloha, Anastasia. I love you. Thank you. Yay. Aloha, Jerry. Ah. Hmm. So I've been asked about suicide, which is a super fun one. Yay. Apparently, someone had the perception of a loved one committing suicide. And wanted me to talk about that. Well, having the perception of a loved one committing suicide isn't really perception, a different perception. Since all perceptions are meaningless, it doesn't really make a difference what the perception is. Okay? It seems like some of them are more intense than others, and that's because of the body sense, the sense you get in the body. Okay? As if really bad. This should not be. Okay? And that's all it's for. You could say that the person who committed suicide did it for you if that was your perception. Because nothing really happened. Nothing actually happened. No one did anything. See? They never really left perception. They weren't really born in the first place. Yeah. So whatever it is, whether it's a birth or a death or anything in between that, it's all just for the feeling reaction. Because through the experience of the feeling reaction, that's where the truth can be claimed. See? So something that seems intense, like a suicide, that's likely, for most people, a huge temptation to go into delusion. And what I mean by that is pursuing thoughts that say this shouldn't have happened. Why did they do it? Um, you know, Asking all the questions. What could I have done better? All this different stuff, and it's all for that reaction. Yes, and how sad it is. Exactly. It's all for that reaction. So whatever the reaction is, it's okay. It's okay. If there's a sad feeling coming up, then that's what's there. Okay? Anything other than pure joy is an indication that you're thinking against yourself. It doesn't matter what the manifestation is. And so that's what all the manifestations are for. To show you what thinking against yourself feels like. Because in the unmanifest, I've also called it the death realm. You can say the unmanifest, not quite heaven, the unmanifest, where the mind is still under the impression that it's separated from its source. There's no birth and no death. There's no opportunity. There's no opportunity for healing the mind. So the whole purpose of perception is for healing is one way of saying it, the mind, but it's not really unhealed. You could say restoring it to sanity. Okay? The mind can't even do anything. The mind can't even do anything. You could say it's witnessing consciousness play out beliefs. Basically self-belief. So it's not a problem, a suicide, until the mind makes it into a problem, and even then, it's not really a problem. It's just a temporary thing. The person who seems to have committed suicide hasn't gone anywhere. You may be absent from your experience, be absent outside of your perception, but they're not even outside of your experience if you know them. You know them as they are, and that's just about knowing yourself as you are. See? There's always that choice between believing in the perception, believing that the perception is true, bringing truth to the perception, or claiming what's true. And you don't really have to be knowing what's true in the moment to claim what's true. You don't really have to even be knowing what's true. An openness will do. Doesn't have to be difficult at all. An openness, like let me see, something like that. I must be mistaken because I feel sad. If I feel sad, I must be mistaken. There's no way I could possibly feel sad because of this perception of a suicide. There's no way I could feel sad about that. That's not really true. That's the common belief. That's the way I've conditioned myself to believe through attachment to bodies. I've made up the belief that a suicide is really bad. In fact, if someone close to me dies, that's really bad. I have to be sad. You're supposed to be. Yeah? And here's the thing. It's okay if you're sad. It's okay if you're feeling sad because you're not really sad. Anyways, sadness arises like an energy wave. It just arises and then it passes. No one's really sad. No one's really sad. But it turns into suffering. Sadness turns into suffering when it's identified with. If it's justified, when it's justified, that's how it gets identified with. And to justify it is to say, I'm sad because of this. If you just admit that you made the suicide up in the first place, I mean, this thing, perception, which is what seems like it's everything in the world, including our own physical body, this thing, perception, is a total projection. It's totally made up. So where there's admitting I made this up, then that's the choice for the truth. Just in admitting I made this up. I put that there for the feeling reaction. Then you can get the feeling reaction. Then the mind gets restored so easily. And it's a small, it's just a small willingness. It's just small. It's really small. It's not big. It's really small. There's nothing to do. It's really, really small. It's in admitting I must be mistaken. I feel upset. I must be mistaken. You don't have to know anything. It gets revealed. And in that I must be mistaken, there's a little bit of relaxation. And that's what it all really comes down to, because it takes a lot of work to hold on to being sad. It takes a lot of work to hold on to grief. You have to uphold it with belief. Something has to be sad for you to be sad, for you to feel sadness. You have to hold it. You have to uphold it. It's hard. It's laborious. So the willingness is just a little bit of relaxation. And, if you're perceiving a dense bodies, perceiving in the dream, you can always relax a little bit more, okay? Because the whole thing, the whole taking on of birth, it's working. It's held up by belief. It's hard work already. There's nothing to do. Consciousness is playing it out. The unraveling is a relaxation. It's a relaxation. It's letting it go. Okay? That little opening, that small little willingness, it's just a willingness to sort of step back. Let grace take over. Don't need to work so hard. I see a beautiful hand raised. Unmute. Aloha, my love.
Hello.
Yay.
Okay, so today, that's so weird that you're saying all of this because today I'm walking with Nicole at the mountain and she was telling me about how she ran over a squirrel
How fun.
by accident with her, and her daughter just put her hands over her face and went, "Oh, mommy, you just killed it!" And she's horrified. And
Uh-huh.
you can't imagine what came out of me. It was like, it was so clear that it didn't die. When we believe that it died, we're believing in separation
Uh-huh.
because it is another body, just
Uh-huh.
like we have. Oh my, I don't, it just came out, blah, 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 and it was beautiful. And I clearly see that I didn't do it, but as it was
How
coming,
lovely.
yeah, it's clear to see that it's consciousness, no different in that squirrel than it is here. It was never born. It's never going to die. It's just gone back into whatever this is here. It's just part of everything else. And
Yeah, this is the dream.
yes, and as you believe you're a body, the dream is real.
It appears so.
Here's real. But
It
when you
appears so.
see that that's not what it is, there's no dream.
Yes. Yes. And the thing is, bodies get respected for what they are, for the salvation that's available through relating with them. See, like bodies get respected. It's not like oh they're just throw away. We can yeah just do this to them or whatever. It's the way we can relate with bodies because it is consciousness relating with thought in the dream. Bodies get respected for what they are, as what they are, and not as some kind of thing that we need to hold on to or get away from us or whatever.
Huh. Respected by the body gets respected by who? What?
Well, look, in the dream, in
Yes.
the dream, you are as consciousness relating with thought. Okay?
Right.
A body is basically a thought. Okay?
Right.
So
Right.
you could say that this disrespect for bodies
Yes.
comes from that attachment and aversion, making them into something that they're not. See?
Right. Yeah.
When they're not made into something that they're not, when they're seen as they are, they're respected for the opportunity that they bring. So it's
Ah,
not like you're going around trying to waste bodies either, you know.
right. Right.
But but if they fall, then that's what is meant to be. And you
Right.
know how when I say it's meant to be, what I mean by that is you made it that way. That's why it's meant to be. Okay? Nothing you cannot perceive anything at all without the authority of your higher mind, and that's what makes it meant to be. So if
Yeah.
you're perceiving a body, a person committing suicide or a squirrel getting run over or anything like that, you can only perceive that because you authorized it. That's what makes it meant to be.
Right.
But it's not like there's this disrespect that, you can witness that all the time as far as the way consciousness normally and is taught to relate with thought, as in, oh, willy-nilly like that. It's not like that at all. It's not that kind of energy. It's not that kind of energy. It's not like they could just be wasted.
Right.
It's just that they're playing out according to exactly what you need. So they're treated lovingly.
Mm. Because there'd be no other way to see through the dream without it.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. And as consciousness relating with thought, we're revealing to ourselves what we believe about ourselves. So you're always revealing to ourselves. So it's like when a body falls, you can say some kind of death. If there's this, oh my God, you feel that kind of, it's revealing to yourself your attachment.
Right.
It's revealing to yourself those attachments
Mm.
that you bought into.
Yeah.
And it's giving the opportunity to undo that.
Mm.
It's giving the opportunity there to undo it. Now, the attachment to bodies arises because of the belief in separation. Because of the belief in separation, protecting the body seems to be salvation. See? Defending against any harm to the body, trying to keep it really healthy, you know, trying to make sure that you don't get any disease, that maybe someone has a disease that you heard of. Maybe they even have like the flu. That's pretty common. Don't want to go near them, get a flu shot, the different, trying to protect the body. It's all about trying to protect the body, eat the right things, all that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
see, that's not our responsibility.
No.
That's not our responsibility in the dream.
Just because it's keeping this dream going.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, exactly.
Any of that
Yeah,
protecting or having to eat certain thing or all of that is just keep perpetuating this dream.
right. They're making it up that my hormones are doing this, you
Right.
know,
Cause,
or yeah,
cause,
well, just the different stories.
yeah.
If I
Well,
eat this way, I gain weight, even, different kinds of stories.
yep. Oh, I got the weight gain story still going on. God damn. Whatever. I got glasses yesterday. I had to break down because I freaking can't see.
It's okay.
Yeah. So
See, the
the ma-
thing is, the thing about it is, by the way, I'm spraying Hawaiian sandalwood hydrosol, one of my new favorite things.
my new
Uh, yeah, it's really hot, apparently.
yeah.
But
That's cooling down.
now the thing is, Lori, and this is the same all the time, is that it's not the manifestation again. It's not the manifestation. It's not the the getting the glasses, or even taking the pill, or whatever it is that it seems to be doing the magic. Like the glasses seem to help you see and all that. It's the upset feeling about it. It always comes down to that. It
Right.
always comes down to that upset feeling, that God damn it.
Yeah.
That's really the whole reason for that manifestation in the first place, is to get that feeling reaction so that it could be seen through. But that's the see, the ego will turn it around to, you want the surface things to change. But you
Mhm.
don't want the surface things to change. They might change as a reflection, they might change, and because it's not no longer necessary, and ultimately the whole dream will dissolve, completely dissolve. But not until you're seeing through these feeling reactions that seem to be taken as if they're real, like, oh, it's terrible, you know, that
Right.
I have to that I have to do this. And it's not like that. It's like it's more like you put the you put the idea of I can't see and the perception of I can't see, you put it there for the feeling reaction. You put the Lori going to get glasses into the perception for the feeling reaction. It doesn't say anything about you. It doesn't say anything about your consciousness or anything. It's just there to help restore the impersonal mind back to sanity.
So by getting the glasses,
It means nothing.
it doesn't stop the seeing of the impersonal mind.
Yes, it's the reactions and the thoughts that project those reactions just being allowed to run rampant like that.
Mm.
See, it's making the perception as if it's meaningful, and it's not meaningful. It doesn't matter if you get glasses or not. It doesn't matter if you could see or not. It doesn't matter if you're completely blind. It's that feeling reaction. That's the real blindness, is not recognizing that feeling reaction when it arises and knowing what it's for. Just admitting that you made this up for that reaction. And if you and in getting that reaction, that's the gift. You know, you could say to your body, give me your gift.
Oh, that's a new one.
When you sense that feeling reaction,
Yeah.
when you sense that feeling reaction, you could say to your body, give me your gift. Thank you. It's not about the manifestation. It's not about, damn, I can't see, or I'm trying to get it to be a certain way. That's not the thing. Anything could happen because nothing's happening. It's all an emotional journey. The whole birth to death thing, it's emotion. It's an emotional journey. It
And
doesn't matter what transpires.
I saw too that believing in that death realm is where the suffering is. Believing that this body is alive and is going to die is the suffering.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
It doesn't, the body, I love to say that because it's true, and it feels good to know that, you might have the perception of bodies dying, and that's the common perception, but they don't have to. They don't have to.
Mm. It's
The
just,
whole,
it's a
the whole,
collective belief that holds this
well,
together.
collective is also in your perception, though.
Oh,
That's not real. See, that's still not real. So it's not as if anything has any influence over you.
oh,
It's choosing to believe, and for good reason to choosing to believe that you have a mortal body, you know, because that's how you can get those feeling reactions and see through them.
hmm.
So it's like there's two phases. Remember we talked about that before. There's two phases. There's a phase where you dig yourself in deep, get yourself dug in deep as if you're a mortal body that's going to die,
Hmm.
and then it's finding your way out of that.
Right. That's
But
what
keep it
talked
easy.
is what?
Keep it easy because it takes a lot of work to do that. God damn it. Can you feel that? You feel
Yeah.
that tension? That's where the work is. You just let a little bit of light in, just a little bit of light in. You don't have to make it, so, oh, I'm not there. I'm not there. And it's just this, God damn it. And a little bit of relaxation comes in. Oh, yeah, that's not really necessary.
Mm.
Whatever. whatever the words are, I don't know. It's different for everyone. But just a little bit of light, a little bit of light, as much as you can, a little bit of willingness, and it keeps on expanding. But that seems to be the thing where these thoughts come in and make some kind of tension, and then there's no willingness. It's just zero willingness.
Right, because it's
This is
that,
bad.
yeah, because that frustration just takes over and you're sucked in.
Yeah. So it's like taking a little step back, just a little step back. Let the frustration play in front of you. But it seems like the frustration is caused by the perception that you need glasses. That's not the cause.
Mm.
That's not the cause. You could say the cause is that you've already chosen death.
Yeah, right.
So now you choose them. So you choose again. In every instant, you have a chance to choose again.
Mm.
You don't have to buy into that. You don't have to buy into it that it's upsetting to need glasses.
Right. Well, it's completely bought into because it's a pain in the ass.
Well, that's a story that it's a
Yeah.
pain in the ass.
Yep.
And nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. You haven't changed from who you are and who you've always been and who you'll always be. You're having a dream.
Mm.
Frustration in a dream. You know, what's it for? What's it really for? You know, use it. Use
Mm.
it to see through it. Be glad, rejoice that there's frustration. If
Mm.
there wasn't frustration, then you would be forever and forever stuck in a mind prison that you made. The
Mm.
frustration is there for your release.
Wow.
So let it be used for your release. Let it be used for the purpose that you made it. It's not a pain in the ass. Nothing's a pain in the ass and nothing's a bummer.
Right. Nothing's a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, even if you say it's a pain in the ass, even if you say it's a pain in the ass, know that it's not a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, when I
It's
say
kind of like a joke to say that. It's kind of like a joke. It's not for real.
when I say nothing is a bummer, but it's really feeling like a bummer. I keep saying it's not nothing's a bummer. It's like overriding it, but still, god damn, there I go. Right there. Right
Yep.
there. Right
Yeah,
there.
that's where it is. So you don't resist that. You don't resist that, but you just get the feeling of that.
Which is frustration.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you get it, once you get the feeling, then
Yes.
it's easy to keep on getting the feeling. It's like you get more adapt to watching these feelings rise up, and it's like, okay, get the feeling. That's all there is to do. And it's not even much of a doing. It's a little willingness.
Well, it's a recognition, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. So
But
when
before you even recognize, you're making a choice. Always making a choice, whether to buy into that or not.
Mm.
Buy into that frustration as if it has a cause in the world, as
It's
if something's causing it.
so it's become a habit to be identified with those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And that habit can be turned around.
And it could be the habit to recognize it and see through it. And
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it can be completely turned around on itself to the point where you get excited when you feel frustration.
Yeah, that
Because
oh
it's for your salvation, the frustration. That's what it's there for.
Mm.
not anything else. Not for getting it a different way or anything. And the manifestation, it takes care of itself. When you let that little bit of light in, when you're just a little bit willing to experience that, to whatever the perception is, frustration, sadness, whatever, the manifestation works itself out. You don't have to do anything about it.
Oh, that's music. That's music to the ears.
So then it's not a problem even if the eyesight doesn't come back, immediately in your perception, even if the eyesight doesn't correct itself. It gets to be like this idea that it was a pain in the ass. It isn't a pain in the ass anymore. I used to think kids were a pain in the ass.
Me too, when they were living at home.
Yeah, well, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the circumstance is. The circumstance doesn't really need to change. And I discovered that firsthand, that the circumstance doesn't actually need to change. I didn't need to wait for them to grow up and move away to to realize that pain in the ass was just something I made up.
Yeah.
And then you can enjoy whatever it is. You can enjoy having the glasses. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter because you're the one who brings the joy to the perception. So the perception can be anything.
Mm. Wow.
That's the suicide, is buying in. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. You get this habit to be like, oh, God damn it. And then you
Yeah.
get more and more of stuff that brings up that same kind of feeling,
Yeah.
you know, because that's the habit. It's almost like saying, I want this. I want this. And that's the choice you're making in the moment to make that the priority. That I'm right about this. I must be right about this being a problem. That's why I could say, God damn it. How could I say that if I wasn't right?
Right. Yeah.
There's no humility in that. Humility will make you joyful because
Yeah.
then you'll always keep seeing how you're wrong when you don't feel good.
Well, that's what I keep saying this whole journey has been about. Swallowing huge humility pills by the dozens. It seems like I mean, it's all about seeing, oh God, that ego just has to take a back seat. See through it. It's like, yay. Mm, it is humility. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And you can't hold on to something's wrong. Your story is not that it's a pain in the ass. I mean, even if you're relating and using the words pain in the ass, it just doesn't have that same kind of inflection. It doesn't have that same kind of meaning, you
Mm,
know.
that same kind of frustration, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it's just kind of like matter of fact.
Mm.
No thanks, that's a pain in the ass. But if it's something that you happen to be engaged in, like say wearing glasses, it can't be a pain in the ass because you're engaged with it. You put it there. It's
Yep.
meant to be. It's meant to be because that's how you made it. Cannot be a pain in the ass.
Mm. I was hoping when I put them on, when I had this done, that I was going to automatically be able to see far away and up close, like I used to be able to see in my 30s.
Yeah, that's just a big ass story.
Yeah, because it didn't
That's
happen.
just yeah, yeah. It's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you can see and not see with your physical eyes. It's so irrelevant. It's so irrelevant. It's a total emotional journey.
Wow. As
Does
I'm
not matter.
read, oh,
Is it the habit is making something matter in the perception, and in this case, the perception is your eyesight.
right.
The habit is of making something wrong in the perception. Nothing's wrong.
Okay.
You're getting what you made it for always. Nothing's wrong.
Nothing's wrong. Jeez. It's like I know this. What the
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, see, there it is again.
There it is. I saw. Damn.
Yay.
There it goes again.
Yeah. There it is again. So it's just like take a pause. Notice that you're working to make that into something. Relax. Just relax. It's okay. Get
You know,
that feeling. Get
as soon,
that feeling. Grace takes care of the rest.
as soon as you said relax, I felt my stomach just let go.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
just over and over and over again, let that happen. Let that occur.
Yeah. Okay.
It's an occurrence that's taking place in your mind. It's not really in your body. You
Right.
sense it through the body sense. You sense it through the body sense. Keep on letting yourself get that sense of relaxation. That is ridiculously powerful. So much more than given credit. Keep on letting that occur. That's that little bit of willingness that I'm talking about. You see? That's
Okay.
all it takes. That's all it takes. It's all that's being asked from you is just relax a little bit.
Okay. Wow. That seems so simple.
It is. It's so simple. Be a little bit more of a dumbass than you've been, okay? Quit being so smart.
Nicole calls me a dumbass. Now Hope's calling me a dumbass.
I am? Okay. I'm asking you to let yourself be
A dumbass.
a
Okay.
dumbass
Okay.
and quit being a smart ass as much.
Right. Right.
See?
Relax. Relax.
Yes.
Like
And you
that.
can also say like a baby, like a little baby, like a little baby. Doesn't even know how to wipe their own ass yet. Okay?
Right.
Doesn't know anything.
Mm.
It doesn't matter to them if they can see clearly or not. They don't even know what that means.
No. Don't even know what eyes are.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Okay? I
Okay.
love you.
I love you
Thank
too. Thank you.
you. Okay, so yeah, suicide and death and birth, they're all equal, just like any other perception. Just to get a feeling reaction, that's all. No perceptions mean anything, but they have a big, giant purpose. Because through the feeling reaction that arises in witnessing that perception, the mind could be restored to harmony, sanity, and peace. But if you take perceptions as if they are meaningful in and of themselves, then it's a choice for more illusions. It's a choice for insanity. Okay? Okay, so, oh, this is a fun one. This is for Holly. So, Holly, if you want to dialogue with me on this, just raise Lori's hand again. Okay? So, here's something that I posted on Facebook, and Holly asked me to elaborate on this. She didn't get it. She felt stumped by this one. If you perceive yourself being falsely accused, the purpose is to realize the impersonal essence of who you are. By falsely accused, like it could be anything. It could be, one of those Me Too sexual abuse things, or you stole my money, or it's your fault I got in that car accident, or whatever. You guys are on with me in case you didn't know.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. The purpose is to realize that the impersonal nature of who you are. To deny the accusation is to make the accuser wrong, which is basically making wrong at all. Okay? Any making wrong. There's no need to deny the accusation, only in your own mind, because you don't have a choice over what you say anyways. No, consciousness will play that out according to whatever is needed. All right? So it's not like you have to try to control what you say. I'm never saying to control what you say. I'm never saying that. That's an interpretation that comes about through identification anyways. Okay? But, in your own mind, as soon as you deny that you did it, you're condemning yourself. Because it makes it possible that you could have done anything at all. It identifies you as a doer. Okay? So most people, by their own mouth, condemn themselves because there's all this defensiveness. I didn't do it. Which is to withhold compassion and project guilt. It withholds compassion from yourself because it's saying that I actually could be accused. This perception that and this could have an implication, maybe it could affect my ability to make money. That would be really bad, So it's a defensiveness. Any defensiveness is self-condemnation. It withholds compassion from yourself and projects guilt onto your body. Like it can do stuff. Okay? Such an approach generates more guilty consciousness, thus leading to a heavier sense of personhood. So the more there's defending yourself, the more the sense of personhood gets heavy. Like if someone wants to perceive you a certain way, it's okay. Let them. Let them. At least in your own mind. Don't worry about the manifestation who's playing out. Can't do anything like that. But in your own mind. The way to approach accusations that seem to be against you is with curiosity about the reactions in your body's energy field. That's everything. Just being curious about how you're reacting to that, because your reactions to it are showing you what you're taking as true right now. This could be a very healing opportunity. This could be a very healing opportunity, this defensiveness coming up when someone accuses you. The first time I had the experience of this, really experience that I remember anyways, it made an impression on my mind, was where, it was right after I first started dating Tony, and he went out of town, and he thought I was having a pot party. He was sure. I was having a pot party while he was gone with guys at the pot party. And I started to defend myself. And then suddenly I go, wait a minute. What am I defending myself about? I might have had a pot party with guys. I might have done that. Is there something wrong? There's something wrong with that? And it's like, actually, no. Actually, no. And the accusation just stops right there. The accusation just stops right there because I'm not defending. When you stop defending, the accusation stops. When you stop defending, it's over.
Right. Because there's nothing to defend.
Yeah, there's nothing to defend. It's just like, oh, is that okay? Oh, okay. You might answer and go, no, that wasn't what happened. And then if they have evidence or what they perceive as evidence, no, okay then. What now?
That experience with Peter. God, I don't know how many years ago now. I was talking with a guy on Facebook privately, and he got really pissed off, and there was initial defending, and then I went, wait a minute, I didn't do anything wrong.
Uh-huh.
I just dropped it. I said, I didn't do anything wrong.
Uh-huh.
God, that felt good to see through that.
Yeah,
Wow.
you see that now that's the kind of guidance that I'm talking about, where you know that's like the guidance of your spirit, or you could say the Holy Spirit. It's like you're okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it was
You
okay.
don't you don't have to defend against this. You don't have to get in a defensive posture. It's okay what happens.
If you do, I can see where the identification you could just completely suffer over and over with accusation after accusation and buy into it and believe it. And before you know it, you're just like totally suffering.
Yes, exactly. And it's trying to prove over, oh, you want to prove yourself? Then you get lots of opportunities to keep on proving yourself.
That's right. That's true.
Keep on trying to prove your innocence. And the thing is, there's no lack of innocence. There's no lack of innocence. It's like if someone says, "Hey, you just stepped on my toe." It's not like, "Oh, no, I didn't." It's more like, "How's your toe?" You know? How's your toe? Is there anything I could do about it? It doesn't become so personal, like, "Oh, no, no, I didn't. I don't remember stepping on your toe." It's more like, "Oh, your toe seems hurt. Are you okay?" You know. And the compassion that's allowed for yourself is automatically shared. That's the way it is. Not like you have to say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. Because actually, nothing happened.
Mm.
But consciousness will take care of whatever words come out of your mouth anyway, so you don't have to say anything.
Mm.
But you'll see how your words flow, and the compassion is just shared because that's what's allowed for yourself.
Mm.
So it's more like how is that for you? Are you okay? You did this to me. Are you okay? Is there anything I can help with? It's not taking a defensive posture anymore because there's no one to defend.
Right. That's so beautiful. You know that if it hits defensive, you know right there that's the ego. Because
Yes,
it
exactly.
needs to be wrong. It needs to fight. No, I did not. I'm not wrong.
Yeah. But when that intense energy comes up where you feel like someone's accusing you of doing something wrong, and maybe you have the memory impression that you did do it, maybe don't, maybe you're like, well, they're lying or whatever. Letting that intensity of feeling reaction grow in your own body's energy field, that's what burns away that personhood. Makes it to the point where it's impossible to be accused of anything.
Mm.
See? It's only a challenge for the ego. Let the ego be challenged. It's okay. It's always a blessing. Okay?
So I imagine the accusing just goes away.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessary.
And
Once you
not,
get the feeling reaction, once you get the feeling reaction, and you know when you got the feeling reaction because you don't mind if it happens again.
right. Right.
You don't mind.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be the same if it did happen again. It wouldn't even be the same for you. It wouldn't even be the same kind of experience because you don't mind.
Right.
That's how you know you got it, because you're not trying to make it go away anymore.
Right.
It just becomes unnecessary for the most part. But you never know. It may become necessary for a teaching opportunity.
What do you mean?
Well, just so that, just for teaching the mind that it is okay.
Yeah, right. It's like bring it. Yeah. To show
Yeah, like it may be for teaching your brothers and sisters, you can say. You can call them your brothers and sisters. You know, the other parts of you that are also perceiving,
Right.
having unique perceptions
Mm.
to perceive what it's like for someone to be accused and not react. You
Yeah.
may have that perception for a teaching experience, for
Yeah.
a teaching opportunity, you see?
Yeah, I do.
But it wouldn't be the same for you. It'd be more like it'd be more like an excitement.
Right. Mm.
Not like, oh no, not this, or God damn it.
Yeah.
I love that one. Can you tell?
I can tell, and you got it down. You sound just like me.
Tony and I used to play bingo in a casinos just for fun. You know, we'd go play bingo, and everyone was pretty like, I don't know, gray, you know, like in their 60s kind. And whenever someone would call bingo, Tony would, joking around, would always be like, God damn it.
I can't picture you playing bingo.
It was so fun. It was so fun. We're like in our 20s, the youngest ones in there.
No way. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, they give you free cocktails, and it's really cheap to play bingo. That's why all the old folk go in there. It's in a casino.
My parents play bingo all the time. They're 80.
That's about right. All right. So, Holly, did you have any more questions on that?
I'm still a little bit, I'm almost there, but I guess in terms of the accusation, when you mentioned like at one point Tony had accused you of maybe having a pot party with a group of men, and
Yeah.
that's not what happened. How could you say, well, how are you with that? Because it didn't actually happen. So you're
Yeah.
almost validating something that didn't happen. I guess I'm lost right there.
But it could happen. Well, it could happen.
It could, but it
It
didn't.
could have happened.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it did or not. And it's kind of like, that might be something that I might have done, but it actually didn't occur in this instance.
Right.
Yeah. It'll be something that, you might expect me to do when you go on a trip and come back. So how are you with that? It just didn't happen in this instance.
Oh, okay.
See, but and then if it's something else, like it's like, hey, I know you've been having sex with these people or something like that, then it's just like, okay. And if there's not a willingness to hear anything else, it's just okay. Okay. So
are you saying okay because you notice that there isn't a willingness to hear? That's why you're saying okay?
Well, if they're not asking, did you? Or just like, I have evidence that this happened. Okay. What now? It doesn't need to be admitted. It doesn't need to be denied. It may be admitted or denied. It may happen because on the surface it's consciousness playing out. But what I'm talking about is in your own mind.
Mm-hmm.
Consciousness will play out accordingly. In your own mind, taking that as neutral, getting the feeling reaction, not making it so much about the surface, letting them have that perception if that's the perception they want to have. It's okay. Okay? What? Okay. What now? They're not asking. They're not asking. They're not asking you if you did or not. They're not asking if that you did or not. They're saying you did. That's the perception they want.
Accusation. Okay.
Yes, it's an accusation. It's not a question. They're not asking that. That's the perception they want to have. Why should it matter to you what perception they want to have? Unless you're trying to protect something.
Okay.
I know you cheated on me, and therefore I'm leaving. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then get the feeling reaction to that, because look at anything that happens, any perception is a net gain for you if you let it be. Okay. If it's, you know what, Holly, I know that you're a thief, so therefore I'm not going to do business with you anymore. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, for instance, Facebook, they don't let me run any ads on Facebook because they don't like my business practice. Okay. Then the advertising dollars aren't going there.
They don't like your business practice. What the?
It's okay.
But I don't. Why?
I don't know. But it's okay. It doesn't matter, does it?
No.
No, it doesn't matter. See how the automatic reaction is like, what?
Right.
What the heck? You know, it's like, oh, it's just directional. That's all. Like, oh, is that so? Okay.
All right.
Hmm.
I got it now. Thank you, Hope.
Yay. Thank you too, Holly. Thanks for the questions. All right. Oh, and then Phoebes.
Oh, is she?
Yes, she's on.
Oh,
Yeah. Phoebe she said something. Now, where is it? Oh, over here. Selflessness becomes a gift, not a burden. Yes, it's a total gift. It's kind of like that. Give me your gift. You know, that reaction that's arising in the body in response to an accusation, right? So there's a reaction that comes up. It's like, oh, give me that gift. It's not a problem. It's not something that I need to try to change. Phoebe writes hi. Okay. I love you guys. You're so fun. All right. Here is another one. Here's another fun question. This is a great one. I love this. Why did I reject love and choose a veil? Which implies I knew who I was. Yeah, okay. Okay. Sure. But it was necessary to choose fear, to embody, to help. Yes. You knew who you are. In fact, you still know who you are. You're just pretending. The pretending just got out of hand, that's all. Like that. The pretending got out of hand. Okay? It's just pretending. What if there's a thought? What if I can create separate from the creator? What if my creations were not an extension of love? And that little what if, one veil comes up. And then fear sets in. And then another veil, and another veil, and another veil. Until there seems to be no way out. There just seems to be no way out. So through the guidance of the ego, you made a whole world where you seem to be born into it. Okay? As if you can escape from the punishment that it seems like you deserve. So in what I've been calling the death realm, it's kind of like a, maybe you call it purgatory, because it would be forever and ever when you can't see your way out. You can't see your way out. Like this imaginary, and it's only a small part of yourself, so it's like you already know. It's only a small part of yourself that went into this imaginary, oh my God, I really did separate myself. What if I could separate myself? Oh my God, I really did separate myself. Oh no. All these weird kind of feelings come in. Fear, guilt, expectation of punishment. It's like this expectation of punishment too. So it's like under the guidance of the ego, okay, I'll make my own world where I can escape that punishment. Because all of a sudden you could say it's God, the creator, however you want to look at it, is a bad person that wants to hurt you. Something that's going to punish you. Now you've made yourself wrong. You're guilty. In your own mind only. In your own mind, you're guilty. That rejection of love is like a rejection of God. It's like a rejection of the creator. It's like going out and creating on your own. So here comes this whole world where you could hide. You could hide from God. You can hide from the creator. So you think. So you think. But death is always lurking around the corner in an illusory world. In a world based on death and shame. Okay? Fear. Always lurking around the corner. But it was necessary to choose fear to embody to help. Yeah. Yeah, it's necessary because without it, you can't perceive it. You can't perceive it. You can't perceive what it is like to think in separation, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it tastes like to think in separation. See? So it was good yes, it's all good. Yes, it's all a gift, even the ego. Okay? And even following the ego's guidance to make a death world, the world of the living dead. To choose a fucked up philosophy to be born into. Well, that's what you're calling it. And you're not born into anything. You're not born into anything. You're not. No one's born. It's believing that you're born that makes it seem all fucked up, but it's not. It's unreal. How can it be fucked up? First, it has to be made real. Now I'm supposed to reject my upbringings to heal, but I don't totally know how. Okay, that's why we have wisdom dialogues. Isn't that for fun? Of course I want to heal. But even though I mean it when I say that, even though I say, hey, I've forgiven such and such, and then later it becomes apparent that I haven't, when is it really going to click? So it's the wanting here. This is a lot of wanting. There's a lot of wanting things to be different. And what it is, it's not recognizing that nothing is happening. Nothing has happened. No one's been born. It's going to click in any instant where there's an opening for it to. Where there's letting go of your own ideas. Where there's letting go of your ideas of who you think you are. Your idea of what forgiveness is. Okay? This kind of forgiveness that's being talked about here is the kind that says something happened. Nothing actually happened. Nothing is happening. It's going to really click. It's going to really click when you relax. Just relax from wherever you are, from whatever seems to be a problem. Let it be just the experience, just as it is. Okay? There's no I too have forgiven like that. So it becomes apparent that I haven't forgiven. All that is another opportunity to claim what's true. See? Even if there's a full-on forgiveness, you could say a full-on forgiveness, like, oh my goodness, that didn't happen. What I thought happened never happened. Wow, what freedom. Then there's still a good chance that the feeling can come back to show you that you have not forgiven. See? It's like an echo. It's meaningless too. It's meaningless too. It says you haven't forgiven. Who believes it? That's the choice in the instant. In this instant, who believes that? That's the unforgiveness right there. In every instant, there's a choice. As long as you're perceiving a physical body, as long as you're perceiving a physical world, you're given a choice. Okay? That's what it's for. It's for the choice. The physical, the dense physical beingness, it's for the choice. It's for these moment to moment, instant to instant choices that are available. To either make these perceptions true, make the perception that I haven't forgiven true, or claim the forgiveness right now. Because forgiveness is what's true. That it didn't happen is actually what's true. There's no one that needs to do the forgiving. You're forgiven only in this instant when you allow it. So the temptation is to buy into that the fact that something's wrong, the idea that something's wrong, the false fact, accompanied with an upset feeling. And if there's an upset feeling, you can know for sure that whatever you're thinking is not a true fact. Okay? Whatever you're thinking is not a true fact. So it's an upset feeling that comes along with the thought that says, when is it going to click? When is it going to click? Yeah, it's a relaxation that you get. You get the sense of relaxation when you see that the thought, when is it going to click, is itself a distraction. And that's the power. That's where the power comes in. You get a sense of relaxation. And in that sense of relaxation, that's that little opening that's necessary. That's that little opening that's necessary to reveal more and more and more. That's all that needs to click. Is that when you feel upset, that thought is not true. When is it going to click? Distraction. It's just a distraction. Yes, my love.
What? I didn't raise my hand.
Okay.
Does it look like I raised my hand?
There was a hand that came up next to your name. It's all good.
Oh, what?
No worries.
But that's beautiful. That what you just said, very clear. Very
When
clear.
is it going to click? Yeah.
And
I've forgiven such and such. You haven't.
No. You wouldn't have to say
You haven't.
Right.
You've forgiven something, you haven't forgiven it.
Exactly. Because there would be no claiming it. That's
Yeah. There's nothing there to forgive. That's forgiveness.
Right. But I'm noticing the frustration, of course, in Holly when she's sitting here getting pissed off.
You're getting pissed off, Holly?
Well, just with, her mind. And I'm saying, relax. I'm talking to myself. Let's go down. Relax. Yeah. That's a good one. Relax. I got it.
Yeah. That's real simple. That's a real simple one to always come back to,
Yeah.
And this one, yes, you always know who you are. You always know who you are. The greater part of you does know who you are. So whatever seems to be forgetful of who you are isn't even you. It's just an errant thought.
Yeah, right. That believes it's me.
Yeah.
It's my go-to. Just relax. Just breathe. Just relax.
Nice.
Step back.
Yes, step back. It's very helpful. It's very helpful to be able to just relax. And it doesn't mean that anything needs change. It doesn't mean that anything that needs to change. Still, the anxiety or whatever's up can be up. It can be there. The relaxation is kind of beneath it. So it's okay. And you can start to see that these thoughts are making them. Like, when is it going to click? I thought I forgave, but now it shows that I didn't forgive. You can see that these thoughts are the cause. They're causing it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you're pursuing them is upholding that feeling. It's making that feeling real. It's making it stick to you.
Right.
Okay? Don't
Yeah.
try to get rid of the feeling. Just watch in a watchful way. Okay?
Hey.
Right.
Hooray. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
That's how you.
All right. Anyone else would like to speak with me, please go ahead and raise your hand. Also, you can write to me. All right. What are your thoughts on self-sabotage? Oh, we have Yulia. I'll get to that one in a minute. Aloha, Yulia.
Aloha, Hope. How are
Yay.
you?
So, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. It's a
Yay.
question, right? When we're speaking in our context. Oh, I'm good, but I don't have my voice right now.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
I sound weird, I guess.
Okay.
Just want to reiterate and or do something like say, am I getting it right? So basically, no matter what the cause of being upset is,
Yeah,
so it kind of is pointless to even bring up a specific example.
exactly.
So it really is the same,
Yes.
no matter what it is.
Yes.
Whether it's right now I'm experiencing something with my body, with my health. It just the thing is when there's something intense, you feel like, oh, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
It hooks you because
Yeah.
it really isn't.
Yeah, you don't have to get hooked though.
And you really try to justify, why that's wrong. Like if there's something going on with your body or health, you try to justify
Yeah.
how that's okay or how that can be better or something like that. But there is no such thing as better.
Defensive.
Right? So what you do is just really take that feeling in, right? The wave that comes up that slams you.
Yeah, you don't have to try super hard though. You don't have. It's not. It's. Remember, I said it's a little willingness. It's just like the wave is there, and you just let it be there. It's just that these trying to explain it or dissect it and all this work to do about it is not necessary.
Yeah, there's this desire to come up with some sort of intellectual or mental idea about what's happening.
Yeah, and there's no need. There's no difference between illness and health. They're just opposites in a dream.
Right. And then same thing with the aging, older age, younger age, that should be the same, I understand. It's just that same duality, right?
Yeah, it's just like, who does it matter to? If the whole thing is for getting the feeling reactions and using those feeling reactions to restore the mind to sanity, who cares what happens?
It's a question. Who?
Yeah. There's no one that can care really about what happens.
It's kind of cool in a sense.
Well, it's definitely easeful, and the interesting thing is it lets everything come easy. Everything comes easy. So, health is more let's say health is something that is just managed by consciousness. You don't have to try to manage it. You don't have to try to figure out how to do it. What you need to be a healthy person. Consciousness just takes care of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
because it's whatever is necessary for restoring the mind. It's whatever the body's going to be in whatever condition is necessary. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what you seem to do. And it can't do anything anyways. But if you identify as a doer, that is sickness. It's a mental illness. A mental illness is going to manifest as physical illness.
Yes, but it's all true. But there is always the temptation to identify.
Yeah.
Because you seemingly eat, you sleep,
Yeah.
and you seemingly make decisions about what you eat, what you take. I don't know.
Labeling it good or bad.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just occurring. No one's even making the decision. No one's deciding that they're going to eat whatever. I'm going to be a vegetarian or fruitarian or raw meat eater or whatever. No one is deciding those things for reals. That's just consciousness playing out. But when you identify as the one deciding, even deciding like I'm a yogi or I don't know, I'm a runner, even deciding those kinds of just identification. You're just watching a show. And watch and watch the body, you know, the body will appear to be so much better managed. Consciousness can do it so much better than, you know, you acting like you can do it. You acting like you can do it, putting yourself in charge, makes it so that consciousness plays it out in a way that shows you're not very good at it.
Isn't it? It's like a balancing act. You know, on the one hand, I know all that. I know all that. I feel all that. On the other hand, it's like there's still that everyday routine, that everyday life, where you still seem to be making decisions or doing things, even though you have that awareness in the back of your mind of how you are seemingly doing so.
Yeah. Well, if you have the awareness that you're only seemingly doing, and you're willing to admit to that in the moment, you're not gonna feel that sense of pressure. See, if you're feeling any sense of pressure, frustration, fear, anything like that, you're believing something that goes against yourself. It goes against what your spirit knows is true right now. If you acknowledge that right now you're believing in something that goes against yourself, that's the choice for what's true.
So
if you're feeling upset in any way, burdened, anything like that, then right now you're taking something as true that's not true.
So basically, if your body is doing something, or your body also seems to be full of identification and all way to put it, but I don't know how else to say it. So
it's not even different than perceiving another body that's going through a sickness. It's not even different.
I was also trying to say that, like, if you're perceiving seemingly your body going through something that you identify as sickness, that's not that's not really, how to say, bad.
Right. It's not bad.
Yeah, I just can't find a better way to put it.
It is an attack, though. It is an attack. Any form of sickness is an attack, as in it's a manifestation of mental illness. And that's perceiving it. That's perceiving it in the body that seems to be yours, or another body. It doesn't matter. It's all mental illness. It's in your perception. If it's in your perception and you know it's mental illness, then you can be responsible for it.
What if it's more like a feeling of powerlessness?
Same.
And also it leads you on the search of thinking like, oh, what is wrong with my perception or whatever? Why am I having this attack. So that's wrong. That sounds like that's wrong too.
Well, when anything that says why am I, you can just stop pursuing that right away. Why am I? Stop pursuing that right away. You don't have to pursue that. That's a distraction.
What about why an attack?
It's also a distraction. Just let it be, let it be what it is. It's not so much in the words. Basically, it's mental illness being perceived. It's mental illness being perceived. So if you make it into something else, if you make it into something real, you're projecting more mental illness. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Making it into something real is one of which is why am I? Anything that starts with why am I?
Uh-huh.
Because you're not.
Because there's no I, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And there is
Yeah.
no why either.
There is no why. That's right. There is no why. So it's like this perception. This perception is a manifestation of a sick mind. That's all. It's impersonal. Having this perception, this is a manifestation of a sick mind. It's impersonal. So it's not like there's something that you have to do about it. Taking responsibility is just seeing through all the thoughts that make it as if it's actually happening, because it's not happening. It's not happening. Even the difference in the voice I perceive right now, I have the perception that your voice is different right now. That's not happening. You haven't changed from perfection. You really haven't changed from perfection. And it sure the heck doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. That something's wrong with you, or that your consciousness is bad or something. It doesn't have any meaning. It's completely meaningless. And that's where the responsibility comes in. It's like seeing that it's meaningless as a perception. You have to make the perception meaningful first to try to change it. It's not that kind of responsibility. Responsibility of seeing through it, recognizing that it's completely meaningless, that you're having a misperception, you're having a dream, nothing's wrong. Nothing has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So then whatever upset feelings arise from the perception that something has changed and something is wrong, they can just be met with curiosity. And in that meeting those upset feelings with curiosity, that's how things get healed.
And I guess compassion too for whatever is arising.
Well, that's a natural effect of the curiosity. That's a natural. That's a given. If these upset feelings are being met with curiosity, then that's compassion. Because the upset feelings they're only arising in your perception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's self-compassion. And that's what allows the healing to transpire. You can say the healing is only healed perception. Nothing is even changed.
Yes.
So it's only your upset feeling that keeps on projecting as if something is wrong.
So when we talk about body being better managed by consciousness,
Yes.
well, again, there shouldn't be any better or worse.
Well, here's what you may start to see. The perception is also a reflection of self-belief. See? So as there's this willingness and this curiosity to meet whatever upset is arising in your body's energy field, you may see that all these kinds of misperceptions, perceptions of sickness become lighter, pass easier for yourself and those around you. See? Mm-hmm. Because it's already known what you prefer. It's already known that you prefer health. Mm-hmm. Of course, that's the preference. Because it's way closer to who you are. So, of course, that's the preference. All right? Mm-hmm. But it's not like it's your responsibility to go after it, to try to get it, to try to manifest it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
But consciousness consciousness will show that. Consciousness will show that you are deserving of health. You are deserving of easefulness. You are deserving of your eyesight working. Okay? It's just not that it's not that you're trying to get it for yourself. It's not that you're trying to get it for yourself. And what do I mean by trying to get it for yourself? It means that you're not being curious about the feelings that arise and about it. You're not meeting those feelings with curiosity. You're meeting them with, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Or meeting them with, how do I get to this? How do I get?
Or like, oh, not again, or why? That kind of.
Yeah. You don't have to endure these sicknesses like that. Okay. It's not. It seems to be like a paradox, because it doesn't matter what happens. Yet you're not meant to endure sickness, and it's not like sickness when it's seen through. It's not like sickness, and that's why it becomes unnecessary.
Yes.
It's a little bit of willingness, that's all. A little bit of willingness, a little bit of relaxation. It becomes more and more clear, I promise.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love you.
Love you too. Thank you.
Is your hand up for reals this time?
No, what the heck? Because I've not.
It's all for that.
Is your hand up for reals? We both look at each other like, what the heck?
You guys are great.
I don't know what's going on, because I didn't touch it.
All right.
But
well, awesome. Well, I know what it's for. It's easy.
what
It's for that. It's for the See?
Oh.
See?
I didn't do it. Don't accuse me. Defend.
All right. Well, if you raise your hand again, no worries. I love you. All right. So let's see. Where am I? Oh, self-sabotage in general. What are your thoughts on self-sabotage in general? Well, you might get the perception that you're sabotaging yourself, but that's never possible. Because whatever perception that you're having is the right perception. It's always the right perception. Okay? The way to bring about perceptions of sabotage, the perception of sabotage, it's really a reflection. If you're having the perception that you sabotage yourself, okay? You're having the perception. Number one, it's not a true perception. You have not sabotaged yourself, for reals. You have not sabotaged yourself. If you're having the perception that you did sabotage yourself, it's only because you took yourself to be important. You took yourself to be important. You took it to mean that you can do something on your own. That you're responsible for your own life, you're responsible for your own health, you're responsible for your own financial well-being, you're responsible for your kids, you're responsible for learning something, doing something. If you take responsibility for yourself, you're setting yourself up for the perception of self-sabotage. Not self-sabotage for real, because the perception of self-sabotage is just to show you that you've been taking yourself as important. You've been making yourself important in your mind. So you can't really do things, you can't do it wrong, you can't get it wrong. All you can quote unquote do is go along with things. Go along with ideas. Okay? Pursue ideas. As consciousness, relating with thought, you can only pursue ideas or not. Okay? So whatever perception you're having is showing you what ideas you're pursuing. And you know, for everyone, different perceptions are different. So a perception is really personalized. You know, what you might take to be self-sabotage, someone else might not. So, but if you take it to be self-sabotage, that's the perception. That perception is arising because of taking yourself to be important, to making it as if you have some kind of responsibility in your life, for your life. It reminds me of one verse, and I don't know if I'll get this right. Bob might be able to help me. Let's see. Whoever tries to save their life will lose it. Whoever offers their life for the sake of love, and I know I'm paraphrasing, for the sake of love, will be given life. Okay? Basically, will be restored to sanity. You don't have to try. You don't have to try to be a upstanding citizen. You don't have to try to be moral. You don't have to try. That's all just playing out. You take responsibility, the self-sabotage thing comes in. That's all it is. It's a cause and effect thing. Okay? And I have nothing else to say about that unless someone has a question. You know, loving is easy. It's the easiest thing. All it is allowing what's real. Just allowing what's real and true. Watching the reactions that come up, that deny it. The reactions are just denying it. Oh no. Oh, I've sabotaged myself. Oh, that person stole from me. Or oh, there I go again. Watch when you use your own name. Lori, your hand came up. So this time just write to me and let me know if your hand's really up. If not, no worries. Yeah, just write me and let me know. It's up. Okay. Oh, here's a question. I'll be right with you, Lori. So when someone in your life says you should be something by now in your life, why did you give up your talents? Maybe I didn't give up my talents. I'm living my life. Okay. So when someone in your life saying anything to you, it's all self-talk. It's always self-talk. You should be something by now. Okay. They're saying that to you you could say as a favor. Like you asked them to do it. You wrote that down for them. This is just, symbolically speaking. You wrote that down to them and handed it to them and said, please say this to me so I could see how I take it. It's kind of like a conversation you're having in your higher mind. Please say this to me so I could see how I take it. I can learn something from this. So say this to me. See? It's like the feeling reaction that arises from someone saying that to you is the gift. No. So the response to something like that would be the most truthful would be thank you. Or is that so? Not in a sarcastic way or anything. Because they mean it in the utmost love. It's not a question of whether or not you should be something by now. Shoulds never apply to you like that. It's only a question of how you're taking it. That's the only thing. You're watching how you're taking it. You're looking at how you're taking it. That's all. Why did you give up your talents? None of the talents that you seem to have are yours. Nothing happened. You're starting right where you are. You're starting fresh in each moment. Nothing's wrong. That kind of comment is like a temptation to get you to buy into the idea that something went wrong. Okay. And you can tell by the feeling reaction whether or not you are buying into it. And it's okay if you are. It's totally okay if you are buying into it. You can tell by the feeling reaction if you are, and it's okay. As you start to see this playing out more and more, you'll be less interested in pursuing these kinds of thoughts, less interested and more grateful that someone brought it to your attention. Okay? Let me know if you have any more questions along those lines. Thank you. I appreciate the question. Lori, your hand is up.
I remembered, at first I completely spaced off, but it came to me when you were talking about love. It's the ego that blocks the love from being felt or sent out.
Yeah.
It's all that self-importance that completely stops that love that we are.
Yeah.
In every instance.
Yeah, you have to give that the authority. You know, it's in that instant you're not claiming the truth.
Ooh,
You're
right.
not claiming the truth. And like I said before, you don't have to be knowing the truth to claim the truth. You don't have to be knowing the truth. Just recognizing that you don't know, that you must be mistaken because you feel upset. If you feel upset, you must be mistaken. You know, any kind of perception, if it's not joyful, if it's not met with joy and a sense of curiosity and joy, you must be mistaken. And that's, you know, just choosing to be mistaken is huge, because you have to be right to make it to make yourself feel bad. You have to be right about something.
So mistaken and it's being seen then that it's coming from fear and
Yeah.
not love. Yeah. Fear
Yeah.
of wrong is the big one.
Yeah. And it's so easeful. There's so much ease and grace available to you in every instant, no matter what's going on, no matter what appears to be happening on the surface. There's so much love available to you. It just takes a little bit of opening. It just takes a little bit of relaxation
Yeah.
for it to be revealed to you. But it's this stubbornness that says, I know this.
Right.
I know this.
Which
Even
is
to say I know these spiritual concepts and I'm not getting them, it's like that's also a distraction. Nothing's wrong. Yeah, that's the thing. If it seems like something's wrong, you're mistaken.
right. Period.
Admit
Simple.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
just admit to that. It seems like something's wrong, you're mistaken.
Well, it seems like something's wrong when those flies are landing all over you and you don't even bat them away.
What can they do to me?
Yeah, I guess they're not biting flies, but when it lands on your nose, it's like I can't even believe it's not an automatic brushing away. I want to brush my damn computer to get them off your nose.
You want? That's so fun. It is especially fly-y today, I'm noticing. But you
Weird.
know what? It's all for the same. So, you know, that's one thing that can be noticed too. This is a real simple one. Like when it comes to bugs, and we have a lot of occasion, you know, if we're perceiving ourselves in Hawaii or a tropical climate like that, where there's a lot of bugs, you know, even when there's a bug bite, it's not like that's out of place. It's not out of place, you know. And when there's a mosquito bite, it's not like it's out of place. And whether there's a swatting away or not isn't even relevant. You know, it isn't even relevant. For me, it's just that if the hand comes up to go like that, there's an awareness of it. There's just an awareness of whatever the hand seems to do, and even the voice and the fluctuations in the voice. That's all. They're just an awareness of all the motions, all the movements. And it becomes less and less necessary. They become less and less of a thing, you know. For this particular broadcast, I've never seen so many flies come around in any broadcast, but for this particular broadcast, that's how it is. It's also seems to be very muggy today. That's why I keep on having my beautiful Hawaiian sandalwood spray. And who knows, maybe they like this stuff. I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe that's what I thought. Maybe that's to you.
They could be digging it. I'll try this one. Let's see. This one's got some wormwood in it. I don't know if bugs like that one. I'll put that one around. Ron's here.
Holly and I have been smelling my blissful.
Oh, how wonderful. I'm glad.
Shit.
Really?
Relax, Law, relax. It's gone. It's gone.
I'll like you back. Just write to me if you want me.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I love you.
Love you. Hi, Bron.
Okay, Bron. So that's an easy one. If anything seems to be wrong, the choice to admit that I'm wrong. I must be wrong. Show me. It takes a stubbornness to choose I'm right about this being wrong. It takes a certain stubbornness. You can say it's work. So the choice that's for restoring your mind to sanity is actually the easier choice. It's less work. It's just the stubbornness makes it seem like it's the hardest thing in the world. That's all. It makes it seem like it's the most difficult thing. I had the perception before that one of my boys was bullying my other boy. I thought I was so right about that. I thought I was so right that was the situation. That was actually the situation. Look, you're never right. That's the thing. It doesn't matter what the perception is. You're never right. That's what's awesome. Just in letting a little bit of love, a little bit of light in to say, am I mistaken about this? It seemed like it was really, wow, that's going on. And that is not acceptable. In fact, that's really scary. Someone can get hurt. And in that little bit, just like, is that really? Wait a minute. It's all projected from my own mind. How can that really be happening? That little bit of opening caused such a shift in my perception that that's not the perception. That became not the perception really fast. Really fast, too. It's like, wow, it must not have been true. This person who I'm close to doesn't really respect me. Is that really? Really? How can that be? It's all in my perception. And there's only love. Watch how people change. They just change. Start showing you something different since it's all in your perception. Start showing you something different. Oh, it wasn't that after all. Wow, now they seem like they're so respectful. because it's been addressed at the level of the actual level of cause, which is the mind. It's all projected from the mind. So if it's addressed from the level of cause, it cannot maintain itself. With everything arising in your perception, that gives you total dominion over everything. It means nothing has the power to upset you. When nothing has the power to make you go, then when you do find yourself going, you know exactly where it's coming from, and you don't have to keep projecting. Keep making that thing more and more real, more and more concrete in your mind. Pink feather. I was wearing these pink feathers, and then it seemed like they were getting sweat on them, so I put them over here. Hooray. So, Lori, your hand is up? Oh, yeah.
I'm cutting my hair.
You're getting a haircut right now? Awesome. Let's show your hair. Let's show your hair in the camera so we can see it one more time. This is Bron's hair. And
So-
while we're still on, he might come back with a new hairdo because this is pretty fast. What's up?
Holly has a question.
Holly.
And I answered her, but I want to know if I answered her right.
That's so fun.
So we were listening to you talk about perception, and I had said, okay, so hypothetically, let's say we have a room of 100 people, and one individual being rude to another. And
Okay.
let's say the whole entire room just chimes in and says to that individual, you're being so rude to her. Why? And everyone agrees. So how can that many people have the same perception? Are they all wrong?
Yes.
Because nothing's happening.
Okay.
Yes, because nothing's happening. They're all making it up, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the perception, it's not like it's necessarily right or wrong, like that, like you might be thinking, but it's a misperception. And in the word misperception is miss. You cannot possibly be perceiving them as they are if they seem like they're doing something bad or harmful, or there's an upset feeling about it. You're not perceiving them as they are. It's a misperception. It's right for you right now in this instant to get that reaction. See? It's still a misperception.
All right.
So it's like being open to, this, there's not anything happening. I'm projecting this for this reaction right now. There's no one else projecting it that is meaningful right now. All that's meaningful is your projection. Okay? If you're perceiving other people projecting, they're dreaming too. But just like you, they've never left that place of perfect peace. They're still just dreaming it up.
Mhm.
And their dream doesn't have any influence on yours.
Unless you let it.
Yeah, well, you make that up.
Yeah.
You make influence up.
Right. And then you say to this one, isn't she being mean to me? Isn't it? And then, oh, yeah, she's being mean to me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. And it goes whole room of 100 people.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yay. Hooray. Thank you, too. And at the same time, it's not possible for you to get it wrong. It's not possible for you to get anything wrong. Okay? The openness to, I must have it wrong, is just an openness to having your perception healed. Okay? Don't take any of the words and make them into something meaningful. Even the words that I share with you through wisdom dialogues, they're not meaningful. They're not true or meaningful. They're just pointers. All that's being shared through these wisdom dialogues is love. The words are meaningless. This is the form that it takes. This is the form that it takes for this communication to happen. It may seem like there's a lot of contradictions. It's good. It's good like that. Because then you don't get attached to any certain words and go, okay, now I got it. Okay, now I got it. This is it. Now that I got this, I'm not going to be vulnerable to anything anymore. Okay. But that's not it. It's not in something like that. It's just in this moment, choosing to claim who you are in whatever way that is. If it's just a little openness, if it's just a little, I must be mistaken. Show me how I'm mistaken. Let me see, you know. Ask for help. You're speaking to yourself. It's just a really small part. You could say it's a really small part of yourself that's dreaming. The greater part of yourself is not dreaming. So ask for help in this. Ask for help in seeing. It'll be shown to you. But for the most part, there's not asking for help. There's just assuming what you think is true is true. Just like when I was assuming that bullying was going on. I was assuming that what I saw with my body's eyes and heard with my body's ears and sensed in my emotional body was a true interpretation of what was happening. It's not a true interpretation. There's only love. And you allow it to be revealed that it's only love when you're willing to make the choice for love and not for what you've made of love. Okay? To be certain of who you are within the dream comes from consistently claiming what's true, consistently making that choice for what's true, and not for what you've made up out of the truth. Okay? That's where that certainty comes from. And then you know that you're not vulnerable to worldly things. You know that you're not. Even in the instant where it comes up like a huge hammer, huge wave, you could say. Maybe there's a really there's a really demeaning accusation. You've done this to me. Ah, that's right. I can claim the truth even here. I can claim what's true even here. And you know, you just know. You always know. You always knew. You were never without yourself. It's just in this instance, with this set of circumstance, within this set of circumstances, will you claim it? It's a choice. It's a choice made in consciousness. Will you claim what's true, or will you lean to your own understanding? Will will you claim that what you think is true is really true? That's where the help comes in. You're either enlisting the help of the ego or the help of your higher mind. Either way, it's okay. Either way, it's part of the emotional journey that you chose for yourself. Like a show, like an emotional movie. Here he comes. Yay. You haven't seen it yet? Laurie said, oh my God. See, it's fast. It just gets shaved off. Total transformation. He was done with that. Oh, it just dawned on me to let everyone know there will be no wisdom dialogues next week. It was Tony. Tony shaved it for him. There will be no wisdom dialogues next week, okay? I'm going to be in San Francisco getting Italian citizenship confirmed, okay, with my family. San Francisco and hiking in the redwoods. No wisdom dialogues next week. We come back the week next after that. Oh, and Lori's going to be in Florida. How fun. We're all having a great time. Yay. All right. So if there's nothing else, I'm going to close out now. I love you guys so much. I really appreciate you joining. If you didn't join today and you're watching later, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love you. Wisdom Dialogues just about every Tuesday at 3 p.m. It's sponsored by our essential oil company called Miracle Botanicals. That's where I get the Hawaiian sandalwood, which may or may not be attracting flies. I don't know. I'll do some more testing on that and let you know if that's the deal. Thank you so much. Definitely, we have some new stuff that just came out. One of them is frankincense, a new frankincense called frankincense. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Papyrifera. It starts with P-A-P anyways. I know that. I think it's P-A-P-Y and then something else. It's, of course, really lovely, super resiny, deep. We offer that as a single essential oil and also as a set with rare frankincense. I think it's all rare frankincense that's there. Probably the Sakura and the Reveille, or maybe the Neglecta and the Reveille. I don't know. We have like 8 or 9 or 10 different frankincense, and they're so lovely. Yeah, miraclebotanicals.com. If you'd like to get invited on Facebook every week to join, just become a member of the group, Facebook.com/groups/Wisdom Dialogues. To watch the videos, there's over 100 videos now. To watch the whole thing of videos, check out all the different videos. Go to wisdomdialogue.org.
Or type in Wisdom Dialogues.
No, if there's Wisdom Dialogues is plural. Don't forget that. Wisdomdialogues.org.
Or type it in on YouTube because it brings you to the YouTube thing anyways.
If you didn't hear Braun, he said, or type it in on YouTube.
Because if you type wisdomdialogue.org in, it brings you to YouTube.
It's redirecting to YouTube right now. So yeah. Hooray.
YouTube.
Thank you, everyone. I love you so much. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Yay. Aloha and a hui ho.
Bye.